Hi, welcome to the premiere episode of Execute with Mr. Results, Herman Dolce. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you.
Hey, listen, it's a pleasure being here.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Oh, that's no problem. So, you know, when I did my history on you, Herman, I noticed that it was you and your dad, your mom, your brother Kevin, and your sister Kara.
Right.
Right, and you guys moved from New York to Philly, right?
Right.
And I think I recall you saying y'all found out that the houses in Philadelphia were cheaper than New York.
Much.
Right, so you went to college. What college did you go to?
Temple University.
Temple University, and a way for you to make a little money, you did what? Credit repair, right?
Credit repair, yeah.
Credit repair. So tell me, explain to me how that all how did that credit repair then bring you to Bella Sloan Enterprises, now the mogul company that does business credit, business in a box, personal credit, changing people's lives one deletion at a time. Lead me through that road.
So that story actually came into fruition when my wife got pregnant.
Okay.
With Bella. And as you know, like, it's, you know, when you smell something and it's connected to a memory, you remember it like so clearly, so vividly. So Bella Sloan and what it has grown and has continued to turn into actually happened in Italy. I was taking my wife, we was going on a baby moon. We knew our lives were never gonna be the same. So we was like, let's do one more trip, because we go on vacation all the time. We travel the world, that's our thing. So she was like, let's go to one more place before this baby come and turn our lives upside down.
Now,
so
at this time, were you working a 40-hour job?
40-hour job.
So you've already graduated from Temple.
Yeah.
You got a job. About how much was you making on the job?
Man, when I got married, I was making like $35,000.
And how old were you?
I was 33.
33. So
33.
relatively 7 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. So it was low, right? And she still married me. Anyway, so we in Italy, and we visited like 6 cities while we were there, and then we was on our way to Pisa, right? Go see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Nice. She's dead asleep, belly this big. She's wearing a flower dress. Remember like it was yesterday. I'm watching the vineyards of the wine that's about to be made speeding by my window. And I was like, this is life. This is good, right? Because we was there for like 10 days. And I was like, I want to be able to do this whenever I want. So that mindset, that seed was planted in my head. And when I came back to Philly, I was talking about it to my brother. And he was like, bro, the only way that's going to happen whenever you want is if you own your own. It's the only way it's going to happen. And I was like, on my own. I was like, I don't even know what to do, because I was doing little side stuff. You know, did a little credit repair here and there because I just knew the knowledge, because my dad, we have the same name, so his stuff will pop up on my credit report. So I knew to call the credit bureau. Was like, this ain't mine. Look at the date. Look at the age. Right. I disputed it that way. They was like, oh, that can't be yours. I'm like, yeah. So they took it off. So I knew a little bit of game like that.
So that started the credit repair
portion of it, right? So I was just doing that here and there, dibble dabble in real estate, but never really executed on it, right? And he was like, listen, he was like, the credit repair thing, he's like, you need to do that full time. And I was like, nah, like this is important information that people just need. I was just giving the game. He was like, and these are the magic words of how Bella Sloan started. They're gonna pay somebody. They might as well pay you. Right. So I was like, boom. And then that was the seed, and it's been go ever since.
Right. So let's get a little personal. Your wife is, what's her name?
Janelle.
And I think I recall through my research, you put in an Instagram post how this woman literally saved your life. Let's talk about that.
How she saved my, because she stuck around.
Okay. Right.
That's why she saved my life, because I think outside of my parents, of course, nobody really believes in you, right? You don't really see that often. So through all the mess ups in my life, through the decisions, poor, good, or indifferent choices, she was one of my greatest motivators and rooters. So I also tell this story too. We both were at Temple. That's where I met her. Nice. I was broker than 35,900 then, right? So I was like, we used to go to Anderson Hall, right? Everybody went to Temple. Y'all know Anderson Hall. We went to Richie's. And we used to split salads. Wow. Shrimp salad specifically, right?
That's college broke.
That's college broke. We used to split salads. So she was with me then, right? and saw something on our first anniversary. Guess where I took her?
Where you take it?
Temple University.
No.
I took her to Temple University because that's where it started.
Cheap date.
Cheap date, and I took her there and I bought a bottle of wine and we sat at that same bench where we always split salads, and I was like, this is where it started. We might as well come here or whatever. And I'm glad she stuck with me because she motivated, pushed me, gave me Bella, and Bella gave us this. You know what I'm saying? Was a motivation for this.
So when Kevin said to you, you know, you doing this credit repair for your friends in college, why don't you make this a full-time job? Where did you go from then? Where did you get the mindset? Did you have a mentor that might have showed you this way? Where did you come up with the mindset for that?
You know what's crazy with it? The mindset actually came while I was sitting on the train, right? Because, and in connection with what Kevin said, because in order for me to be able to do that, I knew it would take a lot.
Right.
Right? Because I was making $39,500. So it was gonna take 10x that for me to be able to do this whenever I wanted. So I knew then that I need to make $300,000. I need to make $500,000. So I had the goal set, and so that means I needed to be consistent. So that consistent execution started super, super early in me because I knew what I wanted, and I had to understand what it was going to take to get there.
Right. So Bella Sloan was birthed 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Here in Philadelphia. You doing credit repair, which is something that your brother, something that you did for your college friends. So now Bella Sloan, now you're definitely not making $35,000 a year, right? And tell me how your faith in God has changed you from the now to the then.
So, how my faith has changed me. So, faith is the believe in the things that you don't see.
Things hoped for, evidence of not seen.
Things not seen. So, when I got married, I didn't have a job. Forget the 39. Forget the 39.9. I didn't have a job. I wasn't working. So that was a really dark time because my dad also just had that was a little bit later. So I didn't have a job, right? And then after I got married, a little bit after I got married, went on vacation with my family, came back, my dad had a stroke. Right? Okay. So I didn't have a job, and my dad had a debilitating stroke where he's in the hospital for like 6 to 8 months. Wow. So here's where the faith comes in, right? So when something like that happens, it's not a good place to be, right?
Absolutely.
Just all around, personally in your house and then with your family. And so here, looking back at that time in my life, I needed you not to have a job because you needed to be in the hospital with your dad for 6 months. Right?
Look how God worked that thing out.
And during that time, I had time to build a business, right? Because I didn't have a boss to answer to. During that time, also I got into software testing, right, to become a QA. So I used to test software, and those jobs are $100,000 to start.
Oh, nice.
Right, $100,000 to start. And then my brother Greg is doing that business, teaching people how to do it in his mentorship program. So towards the end of that 6 months, right, I applied to like 2-3 jobs. I'm on my way to the doctor's office. My last unemployment check I had to fill out was coming that Sunday. So it was my last unemployment check. So it was super dark.
No
right?
more
money, right? So 60% of $39,500, right?
Wow.
That's what I was getting. So I'm driving to the hospital. I get a call. Hey, Herman, are you interested in the position? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what y'all paying? And then it was my first 6-figure job.
Wow.
So I get to the hospital, I have a smile on my face. I'm happy as hell. I literally got out the car and started dancing, by the way.
I know that's
I got out the car and started dancing. Get
praise
to the hospital,
break.
right, praise break. And then, I get to the hospital, and it was the first time my dad started moving his legs or whatever. And then, 2 weeks later, he started walking again. So I say all that to say my faith, there's times when God does things in your life because it's always going to get dark. Dark days are always coming.
Sure.
But he gives you those things. He takes you out of them to remind you when the dark days come again, remember, I've done this before.
Right.
So dark days will come. Like I'm glad I still have both my parents. I'm very blessed. I'm about to be 40. I have both my parents. They see my grandchildren, so that's blessing. I see my mom take care of my children. My mom's still taking care of my dad because his condition has gotten worse. And I know these days aren't going to last forever.
Right.
If God does it the way he's supposed to, I would like for him to do it. They're going to go before me, right? Those are going to be dark days.
Sure.
He's going to pat me on my shoulder.
You did well.
We've done this before, right?
Right.
I got you.
So you're from Haitian descent, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I know in the Haitian community is a very real tight-knit community. And
Right.
I think I've read in some of my research, tell me about this group of guys called the Rock Boys.
My Rock Boys, my fellas, my guys. It's a group of 13 of us.
Wow.
Right? It's a group of us, and this is my accountability group.
Nice.
So we've been friends like 20 years. Like we all went to the same church together, Moriah Baptist Church in Philly. We sung in the same choir together. So we've grown up, and I've always been their old head.
From little boys, huh?
Yeah, so I used to be the choir director, like Sunday school teacher. So I was always their old head. And then I don't know, this just happened organically. When I first got into real estate during the first crash in 2007, these kids, they were like 12, 13, 14. I used to pay them with Chinese food and pizza. These guys literally demoed the house.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. They demoed the house, took the walls down, the wallpaper down. Like they were there when they first got a glimpse of this entrepreneur ball game. Fast forward 20 years, all 13 of these guys, listen to me, all 13 of them have businesses.
Beautiful.
So everybody either has a job or a 6-figure job and is doing the business, or they're only running their business. So this is my accountability group. Like, so how much you do this month? Well, this is what we're going to do next month. Yo, I did this in my business. Maybe this will work for yours. So this is who I eat with. This is who I break bread with. This is who I vacation with. These are my brothers.
That's your clique.
Yeah, that's my clique.
Okay. So you graduated from college, went on the trip. Bella's here.
Right.
Moving forward, you started Bella Sloan Academy. We coming into 2020, COVID hits. Tell me how COVID affected Bella Sloan.
How did COVID, so I'm gonna be very gentle in how I say this, right? Because
Let's keep it a buck.
I know 2020 was very, very difficult for a lot of people. 500,000 Americans died. 35 million people lost their jobs. But for Bella Sloan, it was incredible. It was
beautiful.
It was the biggest year we had. It's the year when 10, 15 years when I sell this company to Amazon for $1 billion. I'm gonna tell them
I speak it into existence.
I speak it. I'll tell everybody the story that 2020 COVID, the world shutting down is what changed everything for us, because it forced me to pivot, right? So remember me, Mike, I was doing classes in person.
Sure.
And people paying $200 to show up. 50,
I went to one of those classes.
50,
I was a mentee.
Up. Yeah,
absolutely.
So people showing up, and I never wanted to do online classes because I was like, nah, they're gonna record it and then steal my stuff. So COVID forced me to pivot the business, to change the business structure, to change what we're doing, and then I went online. And when you're online, there's billions of people online. So that changed the entire business right there for the mentorship and the teaching people things. The other thing that changes, we're locked up. We was locked up for like 6-8 months. We couldn't do nothing, right?
Nothing.
So it changed my business in regards to giving people free game. So I locked myself in the basement, got a ring light, put my iPhone on the ring light, and then I started teaching for free, giving people game and dropping those gems. So when you give people things for free, they're like, dang, if he's giving me this for free, imagine if I pay him. So I started to understand the value of giving people content and information, because they either don't know the information, they don't know how to get it. So you want to give it to them and be that resource.
Marketing strategy.
And it's a marketing strategy. So that, 10x the business tremendously. So, but I learned how to pivot in 2020, and that's why I think we're in a better place now.
So do you feel that social media helped 10x your business?
Yes, I can say that comfortably. Social media is a platform that helped it, but me executing and changing and my mindset and my pivot, absolutely, that also helped too. But that platform definitely helped to grow the business.
Now you're doing credit repair, and we all know that in Philly, worldwide, there's a lot of people doing credit repair, quote unquote.
Right.
And it wasn't until my wife drugged me out to the Met.
Right.
On a Saturday that I didn't want to go to, and you were there, I think, with Greg Parker, whatever, and you got up and you gave your spiel, and I took notes. I'm an aspiring entrepreneur, and I did it step by step, and to my surprise, it was true.
It worked.
To my surprise, everything that you said, every step, Uline, Granger, bank account, LLC, same name, EIN, everything worked. So that gave you that credibility piece.
Right, right, right.
So I noticed one of your favorite sayings, as a matter of fact, you had it on the shirt earlier, success has receipts. Tell me about that.
Success has receipts. So you talked about the social media platform, right? The social media platform is a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Fluff.
It's a lot of fluff, right? It's a lot of fluff, a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of cap, and there's a lot of lying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so hard to see between it. And there's a lot of people really trying to find avenues, ways to get out, trying to get information. So just like the election that just happened, it's very easy for there to be misinformation.
Sure.
And because people are looking for something to believe in. So with what I teach and what I practice, it's one thing for me to give you something and you decide to believe it or not. No, I have to show you evidence of it. So I don't ask anybody to have faith in me. So what I do is I show receipts, right? And I show that I've been doing this quite a long time now, right? Mm-hmm. So I have a track record. I have old clients, new clients, and future clients. And that's why on my social media platform, I post receipts all the time, whether it's how much somebody made, whether it's they closed on a house, or whether their credit score went up $100, or whether they started a new business because they got business credit. I got to show people that what I teach, what I lock myself in a room for and taught, that here are the receipts for it, because people have executed on just the free stuff I gave,
sure. So,
let alone what they paid me for.
So for the most part, is it safe to say your one of the business models that you use is you sell what you use yourself?
Exactly.
So that no one can ever come back and say this is wrong, because I'm giving you results because I've done it. It's proven. Correct?
It's proven, exactly.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right. So you are the oldest of 3 children.
Correct.
So you have a brother named Kevin, right? And he's the CEO of 1990.
Yes, 1990.
And tell me about this new adventure coming up called Brotherpreneurs.
So we're really excited about this because his business is a business consulting company where he helps set up people's LLCs, corporate business entities, whether it's a C Corp, S Corp, helps them set up their business plans, because everybody has lofty ideas. But Kevin used to work on Wall Street, so his background is really extensive in starting and setting up businesses, writing out a plan on, well, how are you gonna make your first 100,000? How are you gonna make your first 10,000? So he writes the blueprint out with that, and that coincides with what I'm teaching, where you repair credit. The ultimate goal is to get business credit and to invest in your business. So we're starting a new business partnership called the Brotherpreneurs.
Brotherpreneurs.
Yeah, Brotherpreneurs. So we're
now
together.
nothing. You know when you say that word, it just resonates in my spirit. I see. I think of. I watch a lot of HGTV, and they got the HGTV show, so I can see that. I'm speaking it. I'm speaking it to in existence. The Brotherpreneurs TV show, because you have one brother that makes sure you are. There's a scripture in the Bible that says, "Make full proof of your ministry," right? So I take that scripture, meaning anything you do, dot your I's and cross your T's.
Right.
And in business, you have to dot your I's and cross your T's.
Absolutely.
Because the saying says, control everything, but own nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
So with this Brotherpreneurs, you are the brother that can help you secure the funding, and the other brother can make sure your documents are in order
and set it all up. Yeah. So we got some big things coming. We're going to show people how to set up a trust. Just like the big boys that's hiding these billions of dollars and protecting their assets, we're going to be teaching people how to do that, set trusts up for them.
Save the money.
Yeah, exactly. Say it's not what you make, it's what you keep, and exactly what you said. It's not what you own, it's what you control. So we're going to show people how to do all that. So we're really excited about what 2021 is going to bring and what we could bring to our community, because this is foreign language we're talking about to people. So we're really excited about that.
Right. Okay, so your first daughter is Bella Sloan. Now tell me about your second daughter, Olivia Monroe.
Olivia Monroe, she popped up on us a year and a half ago. Yeah, so Olivia Monroe is my second baby girl, and another business came from it. So I named the trucking business after her, so she's going to have her own lane and pass down something to her. So that's definitely my baby girl. She looks a lot more like her mother. But I still love her. Now
tell me about the trucking business.
So the trucking business actually came into fruition because when COVID happened, we got some information on it in 2019. So I was definitely looking into it, did a little bit of investing in it, and then COVID happened, right? And
everything shut down.
Everything shut down. But these trucks were still on the road.
Kept moving.
They kept moving. So I was like, this is interesting. So I was like, well, I having passive income, unless you don't have any passive income, you're going to work till the day you die.
Right.
So the goal, even as much as I'm very passionate about Bella Sloan and running it, even doing this podcast, is work, right? But if I know X amount of money is coming in next month or next week, that's a good feeling and a good place to have.
Mailbox money,
Wi-Fi money. That's what I like to call it, right?
Yes.
So I invested in it, and it's been very good because it's good passive income, and we're going to have my brother Sherby come on this podcast to talk more about it and how he's helping people invest their money, managing their trucks, and it's just passive income that's really setting us up.
Just a side note, how many trucks do you have?
I have 3 trucks right now. The goal is to get to 10 by the end of the year.
10 trucks.
Yes, I'm practicing what I preach. I got the business credit. Might as well use it.
Now, since we're on this podcast, let's give our viewers a peek on about how much is maybe a week's worth of profit from a truck.
A week's worth of profit from a truck, right? I'm gonna tell you the good, bad, and ugly. So, if the truck, I'll say net because I like to talk about net.
Take home. Let them know that means take home.
Yeah, take home. That's what you keep. $2,000 to $2,500 is an average week. More than that, we're talking 3 to 4.
So what you telling me is that if I had a truck,
right?
People, are you listening?
Yeah.
Because this is free game.
Free game.
You don't have to drive the truck.
Don't have to drive it.
You just own the truck.
You own the truck.
You can net $10,000 a month.
Yes. You can knock on $10,000 a month net.
Game changer.
Game changer.
Leave your job.
Yes, leave your job. Or keep your job and have some money being saved up.
Something to do.
Pay off the debt and then you leave your job.
Living on your own terms.
Exactly. Leveraging your credit to make money.
Leveraging your credit. All right, so let's talk about that leveraging your credit. So explain to our viewers, just give me a synopsis on credit, personal wise, and then how we as Americans have not been told the advantages of using that word leveraging
credit. So my philosophy in my head is that there's many great divides in this country, right? Economic, racial, educational, etc. There's very few things that we can't control, right? So one of the things I feel we can't control is credit, because that puts you at some type of level that puts you in position, right? Because the rules for credit are the rules for credit. If you have a 500, you're going to pay high interest rate or you're not going to get any money. If your credit is over 700, it's the opposite. So I like to teach and educate my people, my clients, that having good credit, repairing your credit, and building your credit profile is super important. What do I mean by building? Everyone is getting caught up in that number. I just want to get a 700 credit score. You can have a 700 credit score with one secure card for $200 on your credit report, never been late on it. But building your credit profile is super important also. Banks like to see that you're an adult.
Now, when you say a credit profile, for those that are ignorant, ignorant meaning not learned, what does a credit profile mean?
Look like? So your credit score is like your adult report card.
Okay.
Right? So how many credit cards do you have? You're 35. How many credit cards do you have? You should have gotten one early in life. Keyword shoulda, but I wasn't educated. So having 2 or 3, the goal is to have at least 10 trade lines on your credit report, then 10 things reporting. So 2, 3 credit cards, a car note, a mortgage.
So like a mix of credit, basically.
A good mix of credit that is aged, right? They like to see it aged, and you haven't been late. The older your credit profile is, that's the stronger and sexier you look, right? So having a good profile, number one, is super important. Even just a little bit more important than having, that 700 credit score. Now, once you have that, you'll be able to get access to capital to invest in businesses.
Capital, people meaning money.
Real money that you can invest in yourself, invest in businesses, invest in mentorships, etc. Now, once that's built up, now you have access to you got your LLC. Kevin can help you get that. Now you have access to business credit. Business credit, the rules are different there. The money there is a lot larger. So
when you say a lot larger, like how much?
So like I have a Best Buy credit card, right? But it's Visa branded, so I can use it anywhere, right? The limit on there is $10,000. That's solid. That's a great credit card for a person. But my Best Buy business credit card is $30,000. So the limits are much higher in the business credit world. And I can max the card out. It won't hurt my personal credit report.
You mean to tell me you can get a business credit card and it doesn't affect your personal credit
whatsoever,
at all?
At all. So
that's like free money.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like free money.
So you saying I can go out, give me some business credit, run it all up. Yeah,
up.
I mean, and they ain't got to really, not saying we got to pay your bills, but you can just run it up.
Run it up. It's not going to hurt your personal because it doesn't report to your personal credit report. That's the real benefit of it.
But you don't believe in that. I think I heard once you mentioned buy something that can make you money. Don't buy stuff. What you're saying?
Don't use credit to make money, not to buy stuff.
Not to buy stuff.
Yeah, so you got to leverage it. Say somebody gave me $30,000, you got to know what to do to turn that $30,000 into cash flow, to turn it into money.
So, all right, let's say I have business credit. I'm sitting with this Navy Federal Credit Union business card for $50,000.
$50,000.
How am I gonna get this money off this card?
Oh man, that's mentorship talk right now.
What?
Oh, you want me to give them the game on how to get
just a little game.
A little game on how to get the cash off the card. So one game on how to get the cash off the cards is if you go to Simon's gift card, right? Just Google Simon gift cards, right? You have, say for instance, you have a $10,000 business credit card. You go on that website and you buy some gift cards. They'll allow you to buy gift cards with the credit cards, right? You take these gift cards and then you go get some money orders with them.
Wow.
You take those money orders, you deposit them in your checking account.
And you then turned that money.
And you turned it into cash, right? That's a quick little game. That's a low level one right there game. I got many others in my mentorship that I teach. But all right, Herman, I got this $10,000 off the card. What do I do with it? Well, say for instance, a brand new credit card is 0% interest for like 6 months. Now you got super cheap money to invest. You can put a down payment on a truck. You can get into real estate real quick. Flip the money. When I first got a $20,000 Amex business credit card, took the cash off the cards, put a down payment on a property. Within 4 months, the property was finished, rehab done, and I sold the property for $57,000. So I paid off the 20. Right? Because I invested in that property with somebody else. So I put up the down payment, they put up the rehab costs. Sold it for $57,000, put the 20 back on the card, and then I had the profit of $37,000.
Nice.
So
and points on the card.
And points on the card. Because I maxed out the card. Right?
Nice.
So I leveraged the credit to make me money. Because you got to think about it. I had $0 when I started the deal. No money. Now in 4 months, I have $37,000 because I leveraged credit. I literally turned nothing into something. Nice. Right.
All right. So eventually everything must come to an end. Where do you see Bella Sloan Enterprises going? I know you can't possibly want to do credit repair forever.
No.
I know, when you first started, you was doing things manually, checking emails, and then you got hip to some game, and the word automated came. You got virtual assistants and computers and CRMs. So when is this going to end?
So I'm definitely getting out the credit repair game. When you have, because the blessing is the gift and the curse with the business growing. You get a lot more clients, and our clients are a blessing. They're funding everything. So you have to appreciate your clients, but it's a lot of work. So I think one thing that the mentorship program has been teaching me is moving away from that, because I've hired some amazing staff, and so they're running the credit repair business, but I still manage it. But I want to be able to teach more. I think that's more of my passion, giving my community the game. So I want to move Bella Sloan into a digital education platform, because that's more on hand. So people could pay a premium, so it could be one-on-one with me. But mostly it's going to be a digital platform where recorded videos, you can go and learn your game, learn your stuff. And the funds that are created from Bella Sloan Academy, Bella Sloan Enterprises, are going to be invested into passive income businesses such as real estate, trucking, stock market, etc. So I'm more hands-off, and I'm just enjoying living passively.
Right. So when you went to Temple, what was your major?
My major was public relations.
Public relations.
Totally nothing to, got my master's in social work management. So nothing to do with what I'm doing.
Nothing to do with credit.
Absolutely nothing to do with credit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So why is it so much passionate for you to help your people?
Because it changed my life.
Where does that come from? Is that based off being Haitian born, something that was done throughout your childhood, or is it just a passion that you have, or is it because we were somewhat oppressed people that now that we've learned some game that people have been doing for years, we trying to get us the upper hand?
So number one, this literally changed my life. This information, this knowledge literally put me in this seat, in the position I have, because I had
information changes situation.
Right. So
okay.
To keep that information to myself or not, like that's crazy to me. So I want to give it as much as possible. Number two, you kind of alluded to this. My parents could only give me what they knew, right? So I'm first generation, born in Brooklyn. Parents came from Haiti. Their American dream was to come to America, give their kids a better opportunity, and the better opportunity was going to school, getting an education, right? So that's all they knew, so they pushed it. Now, that's not necessarily the case, necessarily, right? So when I learned game, when I learned about investing, right, turning something into nothing and 10xing that, understanding that when I give somebody 40 hours, they're going to pay me what they think I'm worth, but they made X amount of dollars. When that veil was open to me, I was like, well, I want to do that too.
Absolutely.
So when that became my passion, I wanted to, like, I'm a Christian, and the Lord says that, you have to spread the word. You have to spread the good news. Mm-hmm. This is good news too.
This is great news.
This is great news. I want to tell everybody about this news too. Like, yo, you can make a bag. These banks is giving out all this money. If you just have this stupid little credit score, and then here's what you do with it when you get the money, and now you're free. So, you saying I got to work 40 hours? No, man. If you put the game in now, 3 to 5 years from now, you don't have to do this. You don't have to work forever. So I definitely want to give everybody as much of the opportunity, i.e. why The Rock, my Rock boys, like I'm in a group chat with 13 of these guys. Hey guys, this is what we doing. Nice. Everybody get an LLC tomorrow. Let's fix everybody credit. Let's get business credit. Let's flip this money so we can be free.
Nice. So I noticed that on a lot of your Instagram handles, you're called the Haitian CEO. Tell me about that.
So the Haitian CEO, I think there's another brother story. I think Kevin gave me that name. Of course, I'm Haitian, 100%. Haitian blood runs through my veins. But I'm born in America. My parents are both from Haiti. And the entrepreneurship bug hit me a long time ago, right? It's been a minute. So, Haitian _ CEO. And that's pretty much how it came and how it stuck.
Nice, nice. So, Bella Sloan, you told me about Bella Sloan. You told me about business credit. You told me about personal credit. Then you also have something called a business in a box. What is that?
So the business.
Who's heard of something, a business in a box? I mean, what is that?
So a business in a box is something that actually Kevin and I are coming up with, right? That we're putting out.
So it's a product.
It's a product,
okay.
Right? It's coming out where we're literally going to put you in position to have a business literally put in a box. So what needs to be put in the box? Well, you need to have the good credit, right? So we got to put that in there, right? Needs to have business credit. So we got to put that in there. For you to have a business, you need to have a business entity. So an S Corp, a C Corp, whatever that needs to be, whether it's aged or not, we got to put that in there. All right, well, what is the business? So we're going to give you the different businesses that we have. Either you're going to learn how to do the business Kevin has, where he sets up people's business entities, or whether you're going to get into real estate, or whether you're going to get into trucking. We're going to give you the blueprint to all of that, because we have different partners. I don't know how to do everything. Yeah, I got 3 trucks, but I don't know nothing about trucking. I have people that know that stuff. So we're going to put that information in a box and hand it to you and be like, hey, which box do you want? You want to do this business? You want to do this business? You want to do this business?
And call it a business in a box.
Call it a business in a box, and all you got to do is press play, because the blueprint is inside of the box.
It's like connect the dots.
Connect the dots. We did all the work for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hit you with this last question. So speaking it into your life, wait a minute, you have a birthday coming up.
I have a birthday coming up. That's the reason this podcast happened. I'm turning 40.
40. Yeah. So in another 40 years, I'm speaking it over your life, you'll be 80 years old.
I'm going to be 80.
What is the 80-year-old Herman Dolce Jr. going to say to the current?
All right, so the first 40 years is Act 1, right? There's
Act 1.
There's 3 acts to life.
All right.
I plan on seeing $120.
Hey, I like it.
So chapter 2, so Act 2, right? I'm gonna run into Herman, and this Herman is gonna be on somebody's estate. So I'm gonna run into this guy one day, and he's gonna be living off of passive income for quite a while. So he's gonna be a lot lazier.
All right. All right.
So this Herman, what is he going to say to me? This Herman he's going to be cheesy. First thing, he's going to say, I'm glad you executed, right? I'm glad you was consistent, right? But what I really want him to say to me is, I believe that when I get to heaven, right, because I plan on seeing my Savior, when I get to heaven, God is going to say to me, of course, well, job well done, right?
Job well
done. And I want the 80-year-old Herman to say that with the platform, the information, the knowledge, the money, the time that you have, well, what did you do with it, right? I want to be able to say that I changed a lot of lives, right? That I left my fingerprint on this world, right? My fingerprint is all the lives that I've changed. That's proof. That's my receipt that I was here. So I want that 80-year-old Herman to say you've changed a lot of lives, and I'm really proud of you.
Nice. So because this is a no fluff podcast recording,
right?
Can you just give us a glimpse of some of the downfalls you've had in this journey? Like if you was to sit back and look at the 39-year Herman from a third party perspective, what would be some of your downfalls? Or what would you go back and change?
So I never want to change anything, because the good and bad makes us sitting in this chair right now, right? The bad, because like I always say, social media, Instagram, it's a lot of cap. The bad is I've lost a lot of money, right? A lot. No matter what Instagram makes it look like, I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? I've lost a lot of time. I can make money back. I'm not worried about the money. It's the time. Because I didn't listen to mentorship. I didn't listen to my gut. I didn't listen to my the people that was around me. I tried to move too fast, right? I was telling a friend of mine, like I gained 40 pounds during COVID because I wasn't taking care of myself. And I had to wake up every morning to work out, and that's hard work, especially when you're knocking on 40. Oh
sure.
Yeah, it don't come off like it used to.
right.
So the working out, the loss of money, the sitting up and watching YouTube University, the listening to endless podcasts, the money that you spend on different mentorships to try to rebuild it up. Those are the things that aren't seen, right, behind the scenes, and that stuff is hard to deal with. And you still have a family. You still have to run a business. You still have a life to live.
You have to be a father.
Got to be a father. You still got to put a smile on your face.
Sure.
At the end of the day, you still got to execute.
Now, I heard you put a lot of value on mentorship. Was mentorship one of those key things that really changed your life?
100%. Turned my life around.
And who was can you name some of your mentors?
So, mentors in my life was him 500, Marcus Barney, right? He literally meeting him 10x my business because he gave me systems and information at 10x Bella Sloan. Sanika Jones is another a good person, taught me a lot about real estate. She learned a lot under Greg Parker. So she sat with me and gave me a lot of information about real estate. So having these people in my life, whether I paid them for their time or they gave me game for free, 10x me to where I am now.
So is this one of the main reasons why, as far as educating, you know, I've come to realize that a lot of our people are not educated in credit. So is it because of your relationship with mentorships caused you to have your own mentorship that specifically on an individual basis teach people about credit? So they don't go in blind. Like say, for example, when you go out to buy a car, you go to a car dealership, you see a car, they go in, you go in, give me your number, but behind the scenes, they done shopped your credit 10, 15 times. But with proper mentorship, you will give them the advice to go to your credit union, see what you're approved for, get a check, and bargain.
Right.
Is that why you started your mentorship?
Absolutely, because the game was given to me, right? And the game has to be shared because I want everybody to be in position. I tell my friends this all the time. There's no fun in paying for the private jet. It's fun when everybody could pay for their own seat. So I want as many people to have this information so we can all celebrate together.
Nice. Hey, family, we have it here. A one-on-one interview with the man himself, Bella Sloan Enterprises CEO, Herman Dolce, the Haitian CEO. Before we leave, can you drop your Instagram handles?
Instagram handle, Haitian_CEO on Instagram. Business page is Bella_Sloan. Bella_Enterprises. And definitely check us out at Bella_Sloan_Academy for our mentorship program. We have it once a month. It's a wonderful program giving everybody the game on what I do, how I make money. I'm gonna teach you exactly how to do it too.
Before we leave, is there any more game you wanna drop? Any more gems?
Just do it. Like
just do it. Execute.
Just execute.
Execute.
Right. Don't have analysis paralysis. You're gonna do 100 mentorships. You're gonna watch 100 YouTube videos. You gotta jump out the plane. You got to start to do it. You got to start doing what you learn. You're going to fail. It's going to happen. It's part of the process. Enjoy the ride.
Hey, again, this is Mike Morgan, the executive producer of our premier podcast, Execute with Mr. Results, Herman Dolce. Thanks for watching.
I'll talk to you soon.